Saltwater fishing is a thrilling and rewarding experience, offering anglers the chance to catch a wide variety of species in diverse environments, from tranquil coastal waters to the open ocean. However, even the most experienced anglers can make mistakes that hinder their success and enjoyment. Understanding these common pitfalls and learning how to avoid them can make the difference between a frustrating day on the water and a memorable fishing adventure. In this video, we'll explore the most common mistakes that saltwater anglers make and provide practical advice on how to avoid them. Whether you're a seasoned pro or a beginner, these insights will help you improve your skills, increase your catch rate, and enhance your overall fishing experience. 1. Failing to research the fishing location. One of the biggest mistakes anglers make is not researching the fishing location before heading out. Each saltwater environment is unique, with specific conditions, species, and regulations that can impact your success. How to avoid it. 1. Study the area. Before your trip, research the location online, consult local fishing guides, and check out maps to understand the area's layout, tides, currents, and fish species. 2. Local knowledge. If possible, speak to local anglers or charter captains who can provide valuable insights into the best spots, techniques, and times to fish. 3. Fishing regulations. Always check local fishing regulations, including size and bag limits, to ensure you're compliant with the law and contributing to sustainable fishing practices. 2. Using the wrong gear. Using inappropriate or low-quality gear can lead to missed opportunities and lost fish. The saltwater environment is harsh on equipment, and using the wrong gear can result in frustration and failure. How to avoid it. 1. Invest in quality. Purchase rods, reels, lines, and tackle specifically designed for saltwater fishing. Saltwater gear is typically more durable and resistant to corrosion. 2. Match the gear to the fish. Use gear that matches the species you're targeting. For example, lighter tackle is suitable for inshore species like redfish and snook, while heavier gear is necessary for larger offshore species like tuna and marlin. 3. Regular maintenance. After each trip, rinse your gear with fresh water to remove salt and prevent corrosion. Regularly inspect and maintain your equipment to ensure it's in top condition. 3. Ignoring tides and currents. Tides and currents play a crucial role in saltwater fishing, influencing fish behavior and feeding patterns. Ignoring these factors can significantly reduce your chances of success. How to avoid it. 1. Monitor tides. Use tide charts or apps to plan your fishing trips around optimal tide conditions. Generally, the periods around high and low tide, known as slack tide, are less productive, while the rising and falling tides tend to be more active. 2. Understand currents. Learn how currents work in your fishing area and how they affect fish movement. Fish often position themselves where currents bring food to them, so focus on these areas. 3. Fish structure. Fish are attracted to structures like reefs, rocks, and wrecks, where currents create feeding opportunities. Position yourself accordingly to take advantage of these spots. 4. Overcomplicating bait selection. Many anglers make the mistake of overcomplicating their bait selection, believing that more exotic or expensive bait will yield better results. In reality, the simplest bait often works best. How to avoid it. 1. Match the hatch. Use bait that mimics the natural food sources of the species you're targeting. Local bait shops often stock live or fresh bait that works well in the area. 2. Simplify your choices. Stick to a few proven baits rather than carrying a wide variety. For example, live shrimp, cut bait, and artificial lures like soft plastics and jigs are effective for many saltwater species. 3. Experiment and adapt. If one type of bait isn't working, don't be afraid to switch it up. Sometimes, a slight change in presentation or bait type can make all the difference. 5. Poor knot tying. A poorly tied knot can be the difference between landing a trophy fish and watching it swim away. Knot failure is a common issue, especially in saltwater fishing, where the pressure on your line is often greater. How to avoid it. 1. Learn reliable knots. Familiarize yourself with a few reliable fishing knots, such as the Palomar knot, improved clinch knot, and loop knots. Practice tying them until you can do so quickly and confidently. 2. Test your knots. After tying a knot, always give it a strong pull to test its strength. If it slips or breaks, retie it before casting. 3. Use the right knot for the job. Different knots serve different purposes. For example, a loop knot allows a lure to move more freely, while a snug knot is better for attaching hooks and swivels. 6. Neglecting weather conditions. Weather conditions can dramatically affect your fishing experience, and neglecting to check the forecast can lead to unsafe or unproductive outings. How to avoid it. 1. Check the forecast. Always check the weather forecast before heading out. Look for wind speeds, storm warnings, and temperature changes that could impact your trip. 2. Understand weather patterns. Learn how different weather conditions affect fish behavior. For example, fish may be more active during overcast days or when the barometric pressure is stable. 3. Safety first. If the weather looks questionable, it's better to postpone your trip. Strong winds, lightning, and rough seas can make saltwater fishing dangerous. 7. Overlooking the importance of stealth. In some saltwater environments, particularly inshore areas, fish can be easily spooked by noise, movement, or even your shadow. Overlooking the importance of stealth can lead to a disappointing day. How to avoid it? 1. Move quietly. When fishing in shallow waters, approach your spot quietly. Use a push-pole or trolling motor to avoid scaring fish. 2. Be aware of shadows. Position yourself so that your shadow doesn't fall over the water where you're fishing. Fish are often sensitive to changes in light and can be scared off by sudden shadows. 3. Minimize noise. Keep talking to a minimum. Avoid dropping gear on the boat deck and turn off electronics that could create unnecessary noise. 8. Misjudging fish size and fighting power. Many anglers underestimate the size and fighting power of saltwater fish, leading to broken lines, lost fish, or even damaged gear. How to avoid it? 1. Use the right gear. Make sure your rod, reel, and line are strong enough to handle the size and strength of the fish you're targeting. Consider the fish's weight, speed, and endurance. 2. Fight smart. When fighting a fish, use proper technique to avoid putting too much strain on your line or gear. Keep your rod at a 45-degree angle and let the fish run when necessary to tire it out. 3. Know when to back off. If you feel that a fish is too powerful for your current setup, don't be afraid to let it go. It's better to lose a fish than to break your gear or hurt the fish unnecessarily. 9. Not adjusting to changing conditions. Saltwater fishing conditions can change rapidly, and failure to adapt can result in a lack of success. Factors such as tides, weather, and fish behavior can shift throughout the day. How to avoid it? 1. Stay observant. Keep an eye on changing conditions such as wind direction, water temperature, and fish activity. 1. Be ready to move or change tactics if needed. 2. Be flexible. If your current spot isn't producing, don't be afraid to move to a different location or switch up your bait and technique. 3. Have multiple plans. Go into your fishing trip with a few different strategies in mind. I hope you found this information beneficial. Be sure to like and subscribe for more videos like this. Thanks for watching.